Hi, Eric. It's so nice to have you and Localize on our Talking TMS series today.
Thank you for having us. We're happy to be here.
Awesome. So I'm really happy to share more about Localize, especially since we already have so many mutual clients that are enjoying translating their content with Blend on Localize and that are benefiting from our integration. So I'd love to just start by giving everyone some background on Localize for anyone that isn't familiar with you guys yet. So can you start by telling us what Localize is?
Absolutely. So, Localize in technical terms is a translation management system. But as a sales engineer, I have the privilege of educating a lot of potential users on what Localize is. And I like to describe it as a workbench. At workbenches, we have tools. It's a place where we can gather with stakeholders and collaborate together. So, Localize users use our TMS to bring stakeholders together from product, design, the localization manager, engineers or developers, and then leverage linguistic tools within our platform like translation memory, glossary, style guides, AI-powered translations, machine translation. So Localize, in essence, is a workbench that helps our users automate and improve their translations where everyone can work together and do it in like a seamless way, connecting to their tech tools.
So what would you say makes Localize different from other TMSs?
The cloud TMS space is very competitive right now, especially with emerging technologies, big two being AI and large language models. So we're building AI and baking it into our platform, not only for AI-powered translation and quality assurance, but there's some exciting developments we can look forward to. So our goal with AI is to enable our users to use their brand voice in any automated translation, like by leveraging their style guide, by leveraging translation memory with AI, and by leveraging their glossary or term database. But for me, as someone who knows my colleagues, works at Localize day in, day out, there's two characteristics that for me are the most important. That is ease of use and our support team. So starting with our support team, they're world class. Message them now, you'll get a response in about 2 minutes from a human support engineer. They're located around the world and they're available 24 hours a day. Really kind, great people. They'll get to the bottom of any ticket that's opened. And they're just fantastic to work with. So for those localization managers who are working reactively, they receive a request 2 hours before they leave for the end of the day. If something goes wrong in their TMS tool and they need help immediately, with Localize, I think they're going to get it. I'm very confident they will. And the second one is ease of use. Not only is the API easy to use for building custom integrations, like sending content, launching tasks with Blend, but the user interface is very easy to use as well. If you can navigate Excel spreadsheet, then you can use our tool.
So that kind of leads me to my next question is who is Localize designed for? Who do you think of when you think of a Localize user?
Our user base is very diverse. I've been on calls and had users and assist users from all different spaces within technology, banking, automotive, gaming, and we serve many different user types: devs, designers, product managers, localization managers. So there's no ideal customer profile related to industry or
Mm.
persona. The way we see it is related to their localization maturity. So in localization, there is kind of like a defined 5 steps of localization maturity. The first being reactive. It's where an organization has no processes in place. Usually localization is done by heroes that might be bilingual. They kind of put the work on their shoulders and they carry it to the finish line. 5, I mean, the most advanced localization maturity is transparent. So processes are defined, metrics are clear, LSP or vendor and client relationship is very well defined, and they work and collaborate closely. So localizes ICP is getting those reactive localizers and taking them to about level 4 or maybe to level 5 are fantastic if you're new to localization or you have some basic processes and you're looking to improve them with metrics and automation. So across all technology types, all fields of work, all sectors. If you're in one of those level 1 through 4, consider Localize. It'd be a good fit.
Awesome. That's really cool, Eric. So what's your favorite Localize feature?
As a sales engineer, my instinct is to jump towards our API because of how easy it is to use. But on the topic of ease of use, I know I mentioned it before. For me, that's one of them at Localize. If you can use an Excel sheet, you can use Localize. So once you create a project, adding contributors, inviting them to work with you. If you're a translator, using AI to improve or modify your translations. Maybe the translator, we know translators work at all times of day. Sometimes they have a lot of work and they have to stay up very late. So maybe they're a little tired, they need the correct push to jumpstart their imagination. AI or MT is there to help, so is translation memory. Setting up connectors if you're the developer to GitHub or the designer to Figma, it's all just so easy. So although it's not, one localized feature, a characteristic of our workbench and our tool is its ease of use, and that's for me very important.
Especially because the localization process is to be so complex and so many moving parts. So that's so true.
And though currently it's ease of use, I'm excited for many things on our roadmap. So we're baking AI into our platform. Currently, users project managers can run bulk translation, and the AI will use your style guide, your translation memory, your glossary to match your brand voice. But we're going to take AI use beyond just translation. We'll be implementing AI selection of the best MT or large language model for your content and your brand voice as well. That's on our roadmap, as is a built-in workflow builder, which will help our users automate their processes even more. So I'm very excited for those two things to come.
Awesome. That sounds amazing. Yeah, so for those that didn't know beforehand, like I said earlier, Blend does have an integration with Localize. So you can actually create and manage all your translation projects on Localize while still translating your content with Blend's amazing linguists. So that really gives our clients a true end-to-end localization solution in one centralized place on Localize. So if anyone's interested in learning more about Localize, about Blend, or the integration, they could just reach out to our team at the link below. And thank you again, Eric, for joining us, for teaching us more
Thanks
about
for having me.
Localize. It was a good teaser to understand more, and it was really interesting to hear.
Our pleasure.